Okay then, everything should be set up well. So, welcome back to Persona 4 Arena, and now we're going towards the sequel, Ultimax. If you played the original Arena or watched it, it was left on a cliffhanger on who was behind the events of it, and this is supposedly going to be about that. So, let's start up, take a check out on the opening cutscene, which we actually technically saw in Persona 5 Dancing. But let's see it without all the dancing symbols. But I did pre-order this game, which gave me the Arcana cards, and it also gave me 2 free characters who are paid DLC. They were free for, I think, 2 weeks, so technically you didn't have to pre-order the game. Arc System seems to do that a lot. Well, they'll say it's a pre-order bonus, but essentially it's just free for the first 2 weeks, so anyone can literally claim it. So
brought to you by the following sponsors.
Oh. Uncle opens it up. Now, the original Arena was a really good game. There's a lot of new characters, so Yosuke Hamura! Chie Sakura! Sakura? I can't say her last name like this. Returning Yukiko Amage! And Kanji Tatsumi! Nota Shugami and... Oh, they didn't change Teddy's name in the opening. Kuma is Teddy's name in Japan. I'm glad Lapis gets the Wii appeal. Why was Teddy in the background? Didn't really... I mean, it showed off the new characters, but didn't really introduce them.
Ultimax.
Another fitting person calling in the title. So let's just get right into it. Well, first, let's just double check. And there was a lot. Free DLC, and then... Let's see... Make sure anything that we're interested in, leave our save on. Not really. Care about vibration, normal. Original? Yeah, there's a lot of narrators you can get as DLC. Scaling. Oh, there's a more fitting one now. I love that. That was interestingly about that soundtrack. That was actually made for Persona 4. That was actually made for Persona 4, but it was never originally used. Yeah, we might change that in time. Anyway, not worried about that. Alright, everything should be good in that then. I just didn't know if there was like any, anything we need to worry about, subtitles or anything.
Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah, there's that Wed Hail guy. He's new too. He's like in a lot of promotional stuff. When I first saw him, I wondered, if he was like some weird shadow version of the main character. Anyway, so let's see how the story mode works in this. Now, the original game's story mode was very broke up. This is looking a lot like, Dancing All Night. Yeah, so Dancing All Night took their story thing from this then. This might be better, to be honest, though, because how the original did is it broke it up a lot. Like, you'd have to save midway into someone's storyline. Select the story. The CPU will fight with you when auto mode is on. Huh. So you could literally have the game play itself. That's kind of a strange thing, but whatever.
So
Wonder
you
how
will
much-
not require our assistance. Is that correct?
Very well. In that case, there is nothing more to be said. As for your presence here, this room is ordinarily only accessible to those bound by a contract.
Okay, it's interesting to see Eagle does not have his original voice actor in this either. I wonder what the Japanese version did.
You are fated to refine your power. You will most definitely require our assistance, eventually. Until we meet again, farewell. Most intriguing.
Are you certain about this?
The voice actor doesn't... I don't know, it doesn't seem fitting. Like, I like the original voice actor.
Our domain is indivisible from the destiny of our guests. Nothing meaningless happens in this room, which can only mean that the fate of our visitor just now will be...
Margaret?
Pardon. I spoke out of turn. We are only allowed to watch over and assist those guests who are bound by the terms of the contract.
Indeed.
So, the young man Yu Narukami is tied to our recent guest's fate. I wonder what fate, or rather, encounter will await him. Yu Narukami. Now that's a guest who never ceases to amaze.
You know, what's weird is none of the residents ever have more than one person they ever took care of so far, aside from when they cross over. But then again, you do have Dancing All Night's mysterious person who goes into the Velvet Room, who is still unknown. So this is only a day after the ending for the original game, so there's really no time that passes at all.
I had a hunch this was gonna happen.
Well, your hunch isn't getting us anywhere. What are we supposed to do? There's not a single open seat.
That's just how it goes at Junes during Golden Week, and on Children's Day at that. If it wasn't this busy, we'd be out of business by now.
Today's Children's Day?
Huh?
I should have brought Nanako.
That's what you're worried about?
Nana-chan! Yeah, you never want to stand in between you and Nana-chan. Like, that part where, that shadow that was fucking with everyone basically was trying to fake you that they were threatening Nana-chan. Like, that was actually scary to see you act like that.
Senpai, I got us some seats.
Ooh, good job, Kanji.
That's pretty impressive, Kanji. Especially for you.
Damn it, Ted. Leave the especially for you part out next time.
All right, break it up. No fighting, guys. Let's go, Yukun.
Right.
Yeah, they should just get some fold-out chairs. You know, something when I went to Black Friday this year, There were two ladies who had fold-out chairs, and I was like, that's smart. And they said, hey, you want to know what's smarter? We just took them from the camping area, and we're just going to dump them after we're done. I was like, well, not necessarily horrible, but that probably would be better owning them.
So it's a great day out, and,
Dude, I don't think this is the time for that.
well, how else should I start off? Look at the size of this crowd.
I'd say I made the right call showing up like this. If I came in my usual costume, the little kids would be swarming my adorable bod. I'd be mobbed.
Oh yes, I've seen how the children tear off your fur from time to time.
Wow! Are you being nice to me, Yuki-chan? Has our love finally blossomed?
No, it hasn't, Teddy.
Huh? Of course it hasn't.
Oh, and now she's actually being self-aware of it. Usually that just goes over her head.
Shot down as always.
It's because you never learn.
Well, let's get down to business. We didn't get to talk much yesterday after all.
You know, I'm still so sad Lapis hasn't appeared in other games. There's one DLC song with her as the dancer in Persona 5, dancing, but, I mean, I really was expecting her to maybe show up somehow in Persona Q2. I mean, for fuck's sake, the female version of Persona 3's main character is in it. Like, you seriously, like, she can be in it, but Lapis can't? She's a cool character. It's so sad.
Don't worry about the crowd. Let's start the investigation team meeting anyway.
yeah. Though we are missing 2 people.
It's just not the same without our full roster of pretty girls. Oh, not only Rise-chan, but Nao-chan couldn't be here either.
Well, it's not like the other day, where we just lost contact with Rise.
Mm-hmm. She seems really busy. She said she had work during the holidays, too. At least we got to talk to her yesterday.
Yeah, I guess technically Arena 1 all happened one day, even though it was a really freaking long game.
Yeah, Nato-kun's job is keeping her busy too. I guess it's the same old for them.
Naoto-kun knew things about what happened that not even we did.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, wasn't Nato-kun? No, wait. Yeah, Nato-kun was hired to investigate the Persona 3 killers that showed up, so...
Apparently she knew about Mitsuru-san and her friends from the start.
Yeah. I forgot who hired her, though. Who was it that hired Nato to investigate them?
Thanks to her, though, we got some good information.
Well then, let's get everyone up to speed on what happened using that info.
Oh, now I know why it's set up like this. This is in case you never played the original. Clever setup. And technically, if I remember correctly, dancing happens before Arena 1. So, in technicality, a lot of shit has happened to them all at one time, Willie.
What was it that started it all? Midnight Channel again, I guess. I thought I was dreaming for a good chunk of it, so it's not really hitting me.
Man, it's just so sad that she didn't get to appear in Q2, man. It's honestly a shame. I like her English voice actor, too. I think she did a really good job. Her backstory was so fucking sad, though. It's really long when you do her actual storyline that takes place before the game, but man, like, if you're not feeling bad for her, you're a monster.
So who exactly was it that put Labrys inside the TV? And why?
At first, I thought the culprit was jealous of my popularity, and tried to break us friends up.
Mm-hmm. But that wasn't it. Their goal was to disrupt our hearts by making us fight each other, and then steal our personas after they returned to being shadows.
Yeah, whoever was the mastermind did reveal at the end of the first game that their plan was to turn their personas to shadows, because it figured since they grew their personas to be stronger, and turning them into shadows would make them even stronger shadows than when they were originally shadows to begin with.
Naoto said as much too.
I don't know. Turning them back to shadows and stealing them. That doesn't sound like something just anyone could pull off.
Maybe not, but we know for certain that the culprit was using that method to try and gather powerful shadows.
Gathering shadows, huh? That's definitely not something any normal person would do.
Yeah, pretty much who would, like, Adachi wanted to turn the world into shadows, essentially, but he didn't want to control them. Still leaves a lot of questions. I mean, we essentially know what they wanted, but we don't know why they wanted to do that. Is it revenge? World domination? And it also makes me wonder if they're going to continue the Torment-esque system in this. I mean, you think they wouldn't be able to pull that off again. Also, this theme song's awesome, by the way. I can't wait to see more of the Persona 3 cast, though. It was very nice catching up on multiple of them in the last game, so I definitely look forward to seeing what Junpei can... Let's see, who else? What's her name? Crazy jealous bitch. I always forget and then remember it later. See, she's in the Power Rangers whip-off show. Crap, what was it? See, I never was a fan of Yucatan. I wasn't really a big the Yucatan has a huge fan base. It's mostly split like between I guess Mitsuru and Yucatan. Like Yucatan, especially in the add-on story, is crazy, man. She's like suicidally more than everyone.
That reminds me. How are things inside the TV?
Fair question. I mean, it's essentially like the end of the original Persona. They showed how it could make peaceful area. The dancing. I'm pretty sure dancing happened before Arena 1. So, yeah, dancing that twisted it again. Then Arena 1 that twisted it again.
Still the same. It should go back to normal eventually, but the P1 Grand Prix had such an effect that it's still noisy there. Oh, but,
Huh? But what? Quit mumbling and just spit it out.
It's hard to say for sure, but I sense these weird presences. They feel kinda like shadows, but not really.
Weird presences? You mean there's something strange in there?
I don't really know.
What could it be? The culprit, maybe?
Maybe, but maybe not.
Kind of unusual for Teddy to be kind of confused. Well, I mean, not necessarily confused, but I mean, not really having a straight out answer. I mean, you know, he's already lived, though, his entire known life.
how would that make sense? The culprit wasn't a persona user, right?
Yeah, now that I think about it, the culprit did say they didn't have the ability to use a persona.
He did say that he used Labrys because he couldn't enter the TV world himself.
That or persona users that bring people in. Exactly. Which could be immensely dangerous. Which I guess I gotta give props to the bad guy that they figured, yeah, probably not a good idea to go in now.
So, wouldn't that mean this weird thing Ted's talking about can't be our bad guy? Or maybe the culprit can shove people into a TV even though he's not a persona user.
I doubt the latter. I mean, even Adachi had the power of a persona, the potential gifted to him, which allowed him to throw people in. I highly doubt. So far, all information points to you have to have the potential in you in some capacity.
There's one more thing that bothers me.
So I find it odd, every time Yu talks, it does a yellow outlining that comes from his character image, but it doesn't seem to be doing it to anyone else. Like, at first I thought it's whoever talks, but it's just doing it to him.
What is it?
It's something Naota said.
Like, what's the point of that, if it's only going to happen to you? That's true too. But what could they have done?
So much we don't know.
But no matter what the culprit was trying to do, if he was after us in the TV world, I doubt this case will wrap itself up.
I agree. Oh, then does that mean...
Too bad for Mitsuru-san, but we're gonna ignore her request not to get involved.
Yeah, I always knew that was gonna be a lie. Of course they were all crossing their fingers on that one. I mean, it's nice that they cared about their safety. I mean, after all, they're children, they're all more grown up.
Ah, so the investigation team's back in business.
Yep. Feel a little bad doing this to Mitsuru-san, but we can't just leave this be. We can fight too. And heck, this is our town, so it's practically our duty to do this.
Plus, if you go off the fan base, Yu's more popular anyway.
I'm in too. After all, I am Labby-chan's knight.
And don't ever say that to a Persona 3 fan person. You will have the greatest war ever.
Plus, I can't sit on the sidelines after seeing what this culprit did to my world. It had gotten so peaceful thanks to you guys.
So it's decided.
We have to return the favor of getting stuck with those strange epithets, too.
Oh yeah, they all had silly. Wasn't used like sister complex or some shit.
That makes me so mad. What was that carnivore whose discarded womanhood stuff all about?
I'm kind of actually amazed they even bring that back.
I could swear people cross the street now when they see me.
Really? I was actually pretty impressed.
Huh? Is that how you think of me, Yukon?
No, that's not what I meant.
That reminds me. You seem to like that Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel nickname.
Did he?
Say, Sensei, have you awakened to a new name? Should I call you Kingpin from now on?
Well, I mean, yeah, this is basically taking a little stab at you. You gotta tickle. You gotta give yourself a little laugh.
This sure has turned out to be some Golden Week. And after you took the time to come see us, too.
Though, what was Yusuke? Yosuke's. Yusuke, Yosuke, Mosuke's. Why is everyone with a...
No kidding. Shit got stirred up the day you came back. Like someone planned it that way.
Don't remember kanjis either.
That actually does still bother me a bit.
What do you mean?
Oh, I guess the timing? It's like whoever did this was waiting for you to come back.
Well, that and the fact that he's the leader, meaning he would have a strong persona to convert into a shadow, so to be honest, it makes sense to me.
Well, I guess there's no need to think about that now. Oh yeah, where's Marie-chan?
She's elusive as always. It looked like she was buying something at Sozai Daikaku the other day.
What? Nobody told Emi-chan that Sensei was visiting?
Well, it is Marie-chan we're talking about. I'm sure she's noticed that Yukun's back.
Now here's, if I remember correctly, there was absolutely no reference to Moria-chan and Moria in the original arena. Actually, I don't even think Golden came out yet. You might have to look that up. I don't think Golden came out yet when Arena 1 came out. Then Golden happened, and then she got canonized and everything. Though I wasn't really expecting them to talk about her in this. I know she's a character that you can pay for, but I didn't. Or was... No, wait. I know Adachi's one of the characters you got for pre-ordering. Who was the other? Was it Moya? Oh, I don't even remember. It was one of the Velvet people.
Huh? Then, why hasn't she shown up? I mean, if she knew that Senpai's back, you'd think she'd be the first to show.
Where'd that lightning come from all of a sudden?
Oh, look at those insane rain clouds. It's gonna start pouring soon for sure.
Jeez, the weather report has been way off the mark lately.
Oh, sorry, that's mine. Hello? Oh, Kase-san.
That reminds me, Labris is a robot, right? Would she rust if she got caught out in the rain?
Nah, I doubt it. The Kirijo group developed her after all, and they wouldn't be that cheap.
Mid-chan's group sure is amazing. Her stuff is way better than Junes brand electronics.
Well, she's a giant secretive freaking organization. I'm pretty sure generic electronics probably made in China or probably not even like comparable.
Shut up! And don't go dissing your own employer.
It's never stopped anyone else.
Labris is with Mitsuru-san and her friends, right? I wonder how she's doing.
Don't worry, I'm sure she's doing fine. If all goes well, we'll see her again in no time.
Yeah, which means we're just bound to bump into each other. It's bound to happen. Bill, she's like one of the best new kills. I know a lot of people did not apparently like Malia. There's like a big line division between people who like her and absolutely hate her. This is like no middle ground.
Yeah, you're right. Man, I should stop being such a worry wart.
Lapis? I don't really know anyone who hates Lapis.
Hey, looks like Yukiko-senpai's off the phone.
Oh, welcome back, Yukiko. What was the call about?
It was the inn. It seems a group of our guests is still out. We didn't have any umbrellas ready for them, so I think a lot of them will come back drenched. Sorry, I have to go back for a bit.
Oh, right. I forgot this is a busy time for the Amagi Inn, too.
Well, you know something interesting about Japan I didn't know about, that a small thing? Apparently those little stations you can find all over the place with umbrellas that you can just take, use, and then drop off at another location's little stand thing that has them. I never knew that.
Actually, shouldn't we be heading home ourselves? Ugh, if this keeps up, I bet it'll keep raining into the night.
Raining, huh? That thing's not gonna come on again, is it?
It is a very strange rainy day. Also, if you took a look at all the trailers when the game was announced and everything, a lot of them showed like very strange weather happening in Inaba. So this could be the calm before a much worse storm.
In any case, let's meet up again tomorrow to check up on the TV world.
Okay, I'll see you all here tomorrow. And I'll make sure to let Rise-chan know too.
I'll call up Naoto-kun, though I don't know yet if she'll be able to make it.
Now, Weezay is supposed to be an actual fighter in this game, so I'm kind of curious how she's going to get involved.
Cool deal. Well, see you guys tomorrow.
What do you think, Yosuke, about the timing of all of this?
Hmm? Oh, that. I don't know, I might be overthinking this, but if the culprit happens to know you, would that give some hint of who it might be?
Oh, no. You going to... Seriously, if it's someone you knows again, I'm going to fucking be pissed. It's like, it was all way stupid that Adachi was the person behind the original game. But I guess at the same time, I can't really blame him for making that idea, because, I mean, the timing is awfully convenient. And he would have to stalk him to some extent to obviously know when he comes back to Inaba.
Is it possible that it could be Adachi?
Really? They're just gonna say Adachi?
Adachi-san?
He's in jail, though. I mean, to be fair, it's the only bad guy they know related, but...
No, it wouldn't be him. He has a persona.
Oh, yeah, good point. Sorry, I wasn't trying to weird you out.
That's a fair point too. He does have a persona, so they would have to go on the assumption that the person lied to them if that was the case. See, the only new character that's never appeared in anything else in this is the red hair kid who's on some of the cover art. Well, Lapis was the last new character. But yeah, this is supposed to resolve the storyline for Weena, so I look forward to seeing what the hell is going on.
And then Dad came on Parent Visiting Day, so I made sure to raise my hand to answer all the teachers' questions.
Hanako, you told that story 3 times already.
No, I didn't.
I definitely heard the story several times.
Oh, and guess what? I saw a really long car yesterday.
Yeah, and if I remember quickly, she was supposed to be undercover.
Oh, you mean the limo that was driving around town? Yeah, I heard about that. A big stretch limo in a sleepy little town like ours. I'll tell you one thing. They won't be from around here.
Oh no, the uncle has figured us out again. You know, you think Dojima would honestly sit you down and be like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Because he still doesn't understand what happened, yet he doesn't really pry into it.
So, what are you up to this time? The day you were due back, a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department suddenly rang me up to ask about the details of that case. Not only that, but I saw that Shirogane kid at the station several times these past couple of days. Was this all just a coincidence?
Yeah, totally. Coincidence. Nothing going on here, Uncle.
Can't answer, huh? Well, that's fine. Look, I trust you, but this is different. Don't stick your head into the lion's den. You do understand that I'm a detective and pretty much your guardian while you're here, right?
Well, at least he's being more trusting. He's not throwing me into a room letting his kid get kidnapped again.
So long as you understand that. Then do whatever you want.
Okay, time to go get the pot and crack. See, I just don't see this realistically happening. Especially all the weird shit that happened. I mean, even the police department still doesn't understand what the fuck happened. If it wasn't for Adachi admitting that he was guilty, they'd literally have nothing to stand on.
Hey, you're picking on Big Bro again, Dad.
at all. We were just talking.
Really, big bro?
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
I'll always be on your side, okay?
It's like, I'm always on your side, even if my dad's against you. Fuck him. He's an alcoholic drunk. He's the reason I got kidnapped. Yeah, Jack Frost. Man, he must have just left everything how it was. Oh dear, he's leaving?
Make up your mind, you.
So either this is going to happen at night in one day, or he misses his trip to go home. Uh-oh.
The strong win, while the weak disappear. Tonight, we will witness the hottest battles in all history. The goddess of victory is waiting to descend upon the ring. P1 fans, are you ready? Are you ready?
Time to let loose an all-out war!
The contestants in the previous P1 Grand Prix have returned for another tournament, right on the heels of the last one. These warriors will create another legend here at the world-shattering P1 Ring! These are battles of honor, battles of will. Sparks will fly. Some fight for pride, some fight for glory. Will this be decided by pure muscle, or will a battle of wits determine the outcome? Things are heating up! Tonight, who will win the title of champion? Who will be crowned with the winner's wreath? Whose tale of glory will resound for generations? All that remains are the dreams of the Warriors. As the Grand Prix plunges into its final chapter, the P1 climax is...
barely getting started!
That's kind of weird that Teddy was in that, and then General Teddy was hosting it again. What the fuck did I just see?
What the hell? Hello? Hey.
Oh, power down.
Huh? What's going on here?
And here comes the weird red fog.
The town! A red fog?
Oh dear. That is not good. All power is gone.
What the?
Yoo-hoo! All you P1 crazies out there, sorry about the long wait.
They're honestly going to reuse the P1 Grand Prix again.
The P1 climax. It's the end of the best of all, if you don't win the one-on-one tournament to the finish within the hour, the world will end! No punches pulled this time! I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world.
Oh shit. They're gonna be using the personas in the real world? They haven't done that since fucking the original Persona games.
It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can. Alrighty then. Time to show off how that special stage is going.
Oh.
Is that Mitsuru-san?
Wasn't they just in a helicopter? Could be bait.
What will be the fate of our captured queen and her loyal minions? Then again, if we don't have a champion, everyone's a goner anyway. So she'll be in good company. Best of luck to all of you.
What is that?
Really odd.
Nanako! Dojima-san!
What the hell? So I guess this would be the extent what would have happened if we didn't stop Adachi. What happened to everyone else?
The Junes food court.
See, at first I was wondering if they turned into coffins or something like in Persona 3. And that'd be the opening. Oh, nope, that was a few parts. Nota, and we say. That was only 5% of the story, too. Let's do Notoku. Best goal. Sorry, we say fans. Is that the police department in the bar?
I see. In other words, nothing suspicious is apparent in the current Kirijo group.
Correct. There are no factors that would necessitate deterring Mitsuru Kirijo or the shadow operatives which she leads.
Yeah, I think he was the one who hired all in the last game, I believe. Yeah. He looks familiar, so...
Mitsuru Kirijo seemed to have some idea who stole her cargo, yes?
She did indeed. To begin with, the culprit knew the contents of the cargo which even Miss Kirijo herself did not fully understand. It follows that the culprit in this case was someone with intimate knowledge of the Kirijo group's dark secrets. How Mitsuru Kirijo deals with this culprit will surely shed more light upon her true motives.
Report to us again when you find out more.
And with that, he left pretty abruptly. It's like, bye, so
Whether I find
long.
out more or not, it's certain that something will happen.
See, I'm just curious to know whether we're going to actually know this person who's behind this or not in any capacity. Because, I mean, pretty much all the characters of Persona 3 were pretty wrapped up. I mean, they're either dead or walking their lives as they are.
The Kirijo Ergonomics Research Laboratory, an organization specializing in research upon shadows.
Oh. So that's basically all the crap that caused Tartarus. So then that's probably what the red fog is. It's some kind of new reduced version of the Dark Owl, probably then. See, my game for your stream today. Let's see. Sorry, I was gone for a bit. That's fine. What happened to that's the puppet thing, right? The puppet world game that you talked about before.
A flood of shadows and the manifestation of personas. There are many similarities to what we experienced. The chief difference is that their catastrophe was artificially induced in the name of research.
I'm just very intrigued about who the villain is. The DRPG. I usually call most of them rogue type games. Either a first-person dungeon crawler or a rogue game, depending on the things.
I hesitate to look into such matters without their consent. but I doubt they would volunteer much.
I can't imagine them having that much information on Tartarus, though.
Shuji Akutsuki took the position of chairman at Gekkokan High after Ergo Research was disbanded. Mitsuru-san went there.
Wasn't that asshole that betrayed everyone in Persona 3?
Deceased in 2009. Cause of death: falling from the school's observatory. Was it suicide? No listed family.
Yeah, that's him. He died from falling, but not technically from the school, but they were in Tartarus at the time. Interesting to bring him up. Oh? Never really heard anyone say a DRPG before, to be honest. Are they gonna really bring out a dead person to be elated in this? Odd they can't find anything about him, though. Don't tell me they're gonna say, like, he changed his name or something. Oh dear. They're gonna drag a dead villain out of the grave. You know, that guy fucking turning on you did kind of come out of nowhere. It's like, what in the fuck's wrong with you, man? That was kind of a fucked up plot twist.
It may be best if I check inside of the TV world once more.
So that's probably why he's being drug up then. Whoever the culprit is, I think they're wanting to try to test then again in the TV world, because there was always a large amount of shadows there. Well, when they did it in the location of the school where Tartarus was in Persona 3, they didn't have that many shadows. And this is probably where the red fog thing is going to happen. Yep.
It's a bit late to call them. Which reminds me, I think I heard thunder earlier. Could it have rained? Call at this hour? From an unknown number. Hello.
I got through. Miss Detective? Wait, no. Naoto-kun, right?
Voice. Is that you, Labras? What's the matter?
Listen up, because we got a big problem. Mitsuru-san and the others were on their way to Inaba, but they've gone missing.
Okay, so they all are missing then. Crap. So that was them.
Missing?
So we were gonna go look for them, but these weird guys came barging into the Shadow Operatives lab. I'm the only one who got out.
Labras, calm down. Can you describe anything unique about the people who invaded your headquarters?
Okay, I think I get what the yellow line's supposed to mean, because it's on Naoto-kun. I think it's on whoever's the main character of that branch.
Unique? They came in a big group. They wore suits. They showed this paper-looking thing, and they said something about an investigation.
But why are they having Nato-kun investigate them if they just busted in and took them? Oh. They weren't involved in the disappearance. They were just using it as an opportunity.
I understand. What's your present situation?
I can't go back to the lab, right? Even if I could, I wouldn't know what to do without Mitsuru-san around. But then I found out the Shadow Operatives got these special folks who only get called up in emergencies. I just met up with them a minute ago, and we're about to go look for Mitsuru-san and them.
Understood. I'll cooperate as well. I'm sure the others won't say no either. We'll all try searching for Mitsuru-san.
Really? Thanks!
Labrys, there's something else I'd like to ask. Why was Mitsuru-san headed for Inaba?
If I remember right, they found a weird shadow reading over there, so they were gonna go look into it.
A weird shadow reading?
So that definitely confirms Teddy ain't crazy. But he said it was in the TV, and General Teddy activated some weird shit in the real world. Unless somehow pulled them into some dimension thing. Yes, they are very skilled Persona Unos. That's a fair point too. I mean, they've only been doing this probably for extra half generation than you all. You all were wearing diapers when they were carrying shadows.
She said the reading spiked all of a sudden. Did something happen over there?
Nothing springs to mind. Oh, sorry, hold on a moment. I'm sorry, but let's continue this on the move. We should meet up at the very least. Actually, is that a helicopter I hear in the background?
Yeah, I'm surprised you can tell. We have a maid piloting one right now.
We have a maid piloting one. What? I never thought my family is poor, but that makes me feel completely below you.
Let me think of a place where a helicopter could land around here.
Oh deal. Hopefully that didn't cause the helicopter to have an issue. Nato-kun's gonna be all alone in the police station. That's not good. Yeah, could you imagine just being in your everyday life and like everything turns off and a weird tone goes over everything?
Labrys? Red fog?
And I noticed that when we just saw the big outlook in the previous. I did notice that big tower though. Looking at now, it's looking a lot more like Tartarus. So yeah, I would have to say the culprit's causing a similar incident to the experiment in Persona 3. They created their own fucking Tartarus and Dark Owl. Because remember, the Dark Owl became a thing because of the experiment that Mitsuru's grandfather did. It didn't exist before. The experiment caused it to exist. So by doing it again, it would essentially create another version of it. Man, we're just getting all kinds of freaking story. So it's definitely not disappointing in that front. But where's the kick-ass fighting?